Now, the other thing as a manager, you have to get used to hearing no. You're going to hear it a lot because you're introducing something brand new. You're introducing something to people who have not heard it before, don't have time for you, and just have their own agenda set already. And if you're breaking something and you're disrupting something, you're going to hear a lot of no. So if you don't like no's, I think maybe get a different job. But you're going to hear a lot of no's. And we enjoy hearing no's. Because hearing no's for us meant that we were doing something different, meant that we're doing something that actually people needed. Hearing no's, we heard no's from, I think it was like 2011, 2009, 2010, when hip-hop was just growing. We heard no, a colored guy wouldn't make it, English rapper wouldn't make it, the music is sort of not hood enough. We heard all those no's. We heard no's from all the major labels. We heard no's from all the independent labels at that time. And the more we heard no, and the more we listened to the music, and the more we saw the passion in the artists, it made us actually want to do this even more. And that's why we managed to break AKA, because he was different and he was special, and no one saw it before. So if we had stopped at the 10th no that we heard, he wouldn't be here at this stage. We also had a lot of no's for another artist that we also work on, Tresor. I don't know how many people know Tresor. All right, cool, that's good. If you knew Tresor way back then, he was a Congolese guy singing in English pop music. That was not on radio. That was nowhere to be found on radio. That was nowhere to be found. People weren't thinking of that. But we loved it. We loved the music. We loved his energy. We knew that he was musically gifted. And we thought, let's make it happen. Let's break through it. And now, Tresor's currently, this last deal, it was a 7-figure deal. But if we would have stopped at no from other major labels, if we would have stopped at no at most radio stations, he won't be here now. And another no that we've heard recently is another lady named Ami Faku. We discovered her about a year and a half ago. Sound was different, sang differently, sang more spiritually than anything. We took this vision and we presented it to Warner Music, Universal Music, Sony Music, and they all told us no. We even asked for a minimum budget to make it happen. We even went to the point where we said, you know what, the budget that we want, we actually funded ourselves, and you can do 50%. They still said no. Said that this is not going to rock, because at that time it was all about dance house vocalists. If we would have stuck to all the no's we got, she wouldn't be right now landing an album #1 on iTunes and being artist spotlight for Apple Music.
Yeah, I think one thing that also Benza didn't mention is that as much as you need to be able to hear no, you need to have a determination to prove people wrong. Like, that is one thing that, Benza has. And hearing no with the determination to prove people wrong gives you that fire under your bum. It lights it up. It's like, okay, I got all these no's. I've got enough no's for me to get going and prove as many people wrong as possible. And all those cases that he was referring to, he had to prove people wrong. Him and his team had to prove people wrong. Those artists had to prove people wrong and basically break the convention. And that is how you disrupt. So when you hear no, think of it as an opportunity to prove people wrong.